Spring has finally sprung, and soon it's going to be time to search for the mushrooms of spring. And first on that list, of course, is morels. Still won't be for at least another month. This is just the first week of spring. Still March. But thank goodness for the beautiful warm weather. Excellent for work. And the reason I'm thinking about morels is because I was working in the area, cleaning up the aftermath of this logging operation where my morel patch is, way down the driveway. And I was thinking about how this is probably going to be the last year for morels in that area because the pine trees are now gone. So we'll see. I hope I'm wrong, but I have a feeling this will be the last year. And that got me to think about something I really want to share with you. It's been well known for a very long time that mushrooms are really great at extracting toxins from the soil. In fact, I can't even tell you how long ago it was. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 20 years or maybe 30 years ago that I was reading about how there were companies that were starting to use mushrooms for toxic cleanup as a business. And so if you are an experienced mushroom collector, then you already know that the first sort of rule to give to beginner mushroom collectors is if you're collecting from a grassy area to make sure to find out if that area has been sprayed for so-called weeds, because the mushrooms would take up that poison and harm you. And so anyways, at long last, there's been a proper university-backed study of just how harmful the toxic uptake from mushrooms is. But I want to add something else to this. And that is, I would never eat wild mushrooms that came from a store, because there's no way that you're going to know what conditions those mushrooms grew in. And there is no testing of any kind anywhere in the world for retail mushrooms to find out if they've been exposed to toxins. You're taking your life in your hands, especially when it comes to wild mushrooms. And this is the real problem, is that for so many, especially urban dwellers, they consider that to be their only source because they don't want to go, if it's some great distance, to go looking for wild mushrooms. And if they don't have the experience or expertise or connections or whatever, then they're just going to buy them from a store. Danger, danger, danger. And this is especially true. And if you are going to buy wild mushrooms from a seller, a merchant, stick to ones that are going to be the safest. And that is ones that grow on trees. And I would go further than that and say, start collecting them yourself. And that is the best place to start, again, with ones that are easy to identify and that grow on trees. And top of that list for me, and it's right near the top of my list for favorite mushrooms to eat, coincidentally enough, is chicken of the woods. I've made quite a few videos on this channel about chicken of the woods. Harvesting them right here from my wonderful sacred forest. Unfortunately, that won't be for quite a few months yet. If I'm really lucky, maybe late July, but more likely late August. But into September, usually I get them for maybe a good month. Oh, so easy to identify, so easy to see from a great distance. They're so big and bright orange. And they're so delicious. And it's easy to find. Just go into a forest that has mature, dead wood of certain tree species that I'm not going to share, and start searching. However you slice it, I just wanted to share this information with you because it's so vitally important, especially what I just said about purchasing them retail. Be very careful. Your life is in the balance.